just give me a short summary, or give our viewers a short summary what the movie is about in your own words.
It's a movie about a bunch of teenagers, three friends, three close friends, and they live in a small city in the countryside, and it's the last day of school before the summer, and they decide to skip school to hang around in the countryside and to do some teenage stuff. And so they arrived into an abandoned cinema studios, and they discover that someone is living inside, and is hiding a secret. So of course the guy living inside wants to get them back, but.
Inside was kind of a cruel terror movie, and Livid's kind of a ghost story. And if you had to put Among the Living into a genre, what genre would that be?
A crossover, maybe between two genres, because I think our movies are hard to classify, and you can tell about about that. You know, we can speak about that with the people in charge of selling the movies. They always are like, yeah, we don't know how to sell it, we don't know how to describe it in one word. So this one is maybe a crossover between an adventure movie and a horror movie, classically. And yeah, we always are trying to you know, not for the audience to be bored, and so that's why our movies are unclassified. You know, because we put a lot in it, and different influences, and we are trying. You know, we know that the genre is really codified, and the fans knows all the tricks, and so it's really hard to be original, because we have had, you know, thousands of horror movies before us. So each time we are trying to surprise the audience and to find different, you know, way of telling the story, and so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But and this one is a sort of an homage to the movie made for the teenagers in the 80s, like the Amblin movie, and like the Explorers, the Goonies, Stand By Me, and this type of movie that we loved with Alex when we were teenagers, and we wanted to find back this vibe that has been lost, I think. And Among the Living for us is for teenagers, even if it's a real horror movie. But I think teenagers now are not the same as you know, as they used to be when we were teenagers. You know, we didn't. I think their tolerance is higher now. So.
All right. So the main protagonists in your new movie, they are quite young, like maybe teenagers or even kids. Is it like a huge difference to make a movie with kids or with adults?
You know, there is something that you hear in the movie business, is that never put kids or animals in your movie, and so
part of that too, yeah.
And so we were quite afraid with Alex of that, and because we knew that it's a really small budget, and we don't have time to lose on that kind of movies, and so we know that we already have problems to handle, like the special effects, and so we have seen more than 100 kids for the casting, and one of our wish was to have professional actors, you know, not kids taken from school because they have you know, a good face, or but and so we picked these three guys because of course the trio thing was working, you know. They were it was very efficient, and but also because they were really good actors, and we watched their movies before hiring them, and we were convinced that it was going to be okay, and it has been. So honestly, it wasn't a big difference, you know, between directing an adult or a kid, and they were you know, very excited about the project, and the cool thing is that they knew how it worked. So they knew that they were going to sometimes wait hours and hours before shooting anything, and so it was really comfortable for us, and they were excited about doing a horror movie, of course, because you know, they were 12, 13, and so at that age, it's exactly what you are looking for. If I have had the chance, you know, to shoot to be part of a horror movie at the age of 12, I would have blown my mind, you know.
Not the only one in this room, yeah. So you just finished Among the Living and the X movie. So what's up next?
Unfortunately, we don't know yet. We have I talked about it a little bit before, but we have written just after Among the Living. We have written a new script. Very dark, very depressed, very nihilistic, and yeah, very hard movie, I think. And we sent it to a couple of producers in Paris, and we had the same answer. They said, we cannot produce this movie, no one is going to see it. And so we have started the writing of a new one, and because with Alex we are writing every day. Basically every day. We don't want to lose time, because as we know, it's very difficult to write one project. We already want to have 3 or 4 to give, and so we have finished it 3 days ago now, and so it's all fresh, and we are working right now on finishing some little stuff, and I hope you know, in maybe 1 week we are going to start to find investors. So and this one is, I think, for a larger audience. So but it's still in the genre, and we'll see.
Crowdfunding isn't an option for you?
In France, it's not working very well. You don't have crowdfunding websites powerful enough, you know, to raise the funds to shoot, you know, to have an entire budget, like Kickstarter in the United States, for example. We used the crowdfunding for Among the Living, but just for a small amount of money. It was just for the post-production, for the special effects, the visual special effects, and so we. It could be an option, but I don't know. I don't feel very comfortable with the idea of crowdfunding, you know, because I know that the people who give money are happy about it, but I don't think it's the job of the fans to pay for the movie they want to see. Yes, for a ticket, for a cinema ticket, for a DVD, but to produce a movie, I think it's weird. But I don't want to ask, you know, our fans to give money for us. You know, I'm not very comfortable with this idea. But maybe it's the future. Maybe we won't have the choice in the years to come. So yeah, maybe we will ask the contribution of everyone.